I could see him taking a look at both. Okay, so you say hire either. I'd say take a look at both. And the reason I say take a look at both, let's start with Ty Lue. Ty Lue is still currently fighting to stay alive tonight against the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah.
He wanted the job before. They tried to tell him he couldn't do things that he wanted to do in terms of his assistants. They wanted him to, you know, hey, Paul and Skip's going to be your assistant. Just take the head coaching job. He's like, you know what, never mind.
Right.
Steve Ballmer, more money to spend than you could ever think of.
Mm-hmm.
On top of that, I believe Jerry West is still hovering around the building somewhere.
Yeah.
So I don't think that Jerry West is going to sit there and go, with his strained relationship with the Lakers, are going to say, well, go ahead and let him walk out the door.
Yeah.
They're not going to just do that. And Ballmer can pay whatever he wants. He can make Ty Lue, if he's not already the highest paid, I have no idea. But
he is not.
He can make him the highest paid coach in the history of the NBA without batting an eye. Without even thinking about it, right?
It's like chicken feed.
So you pair that with the way that they treated Ty the last stint. Now you say the J.J. Redick experience. You experimented with an ex-NBA guard with a nice Hall of Fame resume of players in Brooklyn with Steve Nash because the players said that's what they wanted with no coaching experience at all. How did that work out?
Yeah.
And I had a lot of contributing factors. It was COVID, there was Kyrie's issues, there was this, blah, 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 but it didn't work out at the end of the day. Now you're saying, well, J.J. Redick in Los Angeles, you're getting ready to relinquish power back to LeBron and Clutch because that seems like that is a factor in hiring a J.J. Redick is all of a sudden is because LeBron is doing a podcast with him and they have a relationship that his name is popping up crazy in the circles.
Yep.
If you do that and it don't go well, I don't know that that's going to benefit the fan base in the way people going to feel. So you got to be very careful with bringing in somebody that doesn't have the experience as a coach at all. When there's other guys that are out there on benches that have experience at coaching X's and O's. Just because you smart and you play basketball and you smart, there's something to be said with being able to get in it and do it.
I agree.
I mean, I don't know how many first-time, you can tell me, Paul, how many first-time head coaches without being on a bench has succeeded in the NBA.
Well, I'll give you one.
Give me one.
Steve Kerr?
Well, that's a good one. But I'm thinking Lakers. I'm thinking Pat Riley. I'm thinking he was a broadcaster, and all of a sudden Magic said, how about him?
Remember, he was on the bench with them before. He was on the bench with Paul Westphal.
Yeah.
He was on the bench with him.
Yeah, but at that point he was
he still was X's and O's and dealing with it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm saying on the bench.
Yeah, okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, they drawing up plays right now on the podcast.
Yeah, but that ain't the same, no, Paul. You know that.
They drawing up plays
but you know that's not the same. All I'm saying is that
they're rehearsing.
They're rehearsing. You saw that?
Something about timeout, come over here, let's huddle.
Yeah.
Here's what we need to... It's just different. As a player, we can do it as players, but when you're on a coach, you're managing 12, 13 guys, your assistant coach is sitting behind you, you got fans screaming at, all of those sort of things. Look, if they made the move to get rid of Darvin Ham, okay. Now, if you go out and you just hire J.J. Redick, I think people would be like, come on, man, seriously, how serious are y'all going to be here? I think that's the way people will.
Okay. I think you got to keep in mind, how many more years LeBron got left too. Like, I mean, if he's only going to play 2 or 3 more years.
Only? I mean, that'd be a lot to me.
I mean, that is a lot. And I guess, when I looked at the average, how many coaches LeBron has had, this will be his 9th coach if Ham is gone in 21.
9th coach in 21 years?
Yeah.
This will be his 4th coach in 7 years as a Laker.
4th coaching, so you're averaging 1 point something years per for coaching LeBron.
Hey, he's an all-time great player who was very difficult to coach.
I think you got to understand, it's difficult. You got to say to yourself, what are we trying to accomplish as the Lakers? Are we still trying to win a championship? If so,
sure.
If something turns for you to where T. Lue is not with the Clippers, then that's the obvious choice. But
absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
But I'm a betting man that he gonna be with the Clippers.
Yeah,
I'm a betting man.
Think, you can't speculate a guy who's he has his job set in stone already. I don't see them letting him go, the Clippers, because I think he's done a phenomenal job based on the circumstances of he's dealt with Kawhi injuries every year in the playoffs, haven't had a real fair chance. Now, if you want to make it look good and sound good, you go with J.J. Redick. He has.
But how does that look good and sound good?
Because you hear him, it sounds great. They draw up plays, and it sounds like the right thing to do. Sounds like he has a great IQ. Sounds like he has a voice or maybe a demeanor for coaching. Maybe it sounds like it. Mm-hmm. It's like
but
almost.
You can't hire nobody based on sound.
I get it. I brought this reference up many times. It's like
that's what they do.
It's like an Instagram model. It looks good all on there. It looks good, and then when you see it in person. Yeah. It ain't what you think.
I don't have an IG to be looking
at. It ain't what you think. Skip, I'm going to tell you what it is.
For you
check out an Instagram model.
Yeah.
And it looks all good right there when you're scrolling, but when you see it in person, it ain't what you think.
I wouldn't know. But,
I'm telling y'all.
Skip
I'm just telling y'all.
All right, moving along.
I'm just telling y'all what it is.
All right.
And that's what I see right here with the Redick experience.
Okay. All right. Back to J.J. Redick. Is he not Hollywood in appearance? Because he's got the Pat Riley going on. He's a good-looking guy with the hair slicked back, and he dresses, and he's polished, and he's very good on camera and on air, and he's got all that slick Pat Riley going on, right? Mm-hmm. And to all your points, his connection with LeBron seems pretty strong because they are vibing on this podcast, and they are diagramming on this podcast.
They're already drawing up plays.
Okay. So it fits the mold. It fits the image of Hollywood, L.A. Lakers, right? That part works. The rest of it doesn't work at all because, man, you want to talk about an X factor. You want to talk about a high risk, maybe high reward, but it is high risk because who knows how he would function as the head coach of a team, as the commanding officer. It's hard. You brought it up. Calling timeouts, substituting, massaging and sort
dealing with personality.
Somebody's minutes didn't go the way that they wanted them to.
And juggle egos, and man, it's hard.
And this is a different type of NBA.
Yeah.
Than when he played or I played.
So much managing. Look, do I think he could grow in the role? Yes. But here's the problem. Like Paul was saying, the reason that you're bringing him in is because of number 23. Mm-hmm. Number 23 doesn't have the time to let you grow into that role. Mm-hmm. It's different when you say, well, Steve Kerr did it. Steve Kerr was in management. He was the general manager of the Phoenix Suns. So he was in it. Sure. He was there. He was meeting with the coaches. He was in it. So
JJ's a couple of years out of the league,
So it just seems like it would be tough to manage those personalities, to understand. Now look, is he smart? Yes. Okay. Yes. Let's see. He's smart. He knows basketball. Mm-hmm. He didn't fall off a rock yesterday. Mm-hmm. But it's different as a player than it is as a coach.
Yeah.
Your expectations as a coach, you want your players to play like you play. When Gabe Vincent misses that three in the corner, you're going to look at him and be like, I used to make that shot in a heartbeat.
He would.
Wide open. How come you can't?
Yep.
So you got to manage all of those things. Think about it. Magic, and this was years ago, Magic took over the Lakers and had no experience, but they said, we got to have a coach, man. We got to. Buck said, I'll do it. It drove Buck crazy.
It did.
He was like, I got to get out of here. I can't do this.
Right.
This is getting ready to kill me. That's the type of thing I'm talking about. He didn't sit on the bench.
Jerry West tried it too. And
Jerry West couldn't do it. He didn't sit on the bench. No. You got to be able to sit there, Skip, and feel those vibrations.
I see what you're saying. You can't go from just nothing to something.
No.
Like you have no experience or no level.
And then you say,
then you go to one of the highest profile coaching job with the highest profile players.
In the NBA, the highest coaching job, highest profile, the brightest lights, the biggest lights, all of those sort of things.
You want to start at.
That's not really where you want to start. You say to me, Skip, well, Key, he could always get some guys on the bench who has that experience. It's not the same. That guy on the bench that's having the experience, we're going to keep. Steve Nash did it. He got guys on the end of it, and it just.
J. Kidd
was.
when we went to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good point. So Pat Riley steps in because Magic said, I like him. And he's just a kid still. But Magic said, I sign off on that.
Yeah.
And Pat's personality is strong. Do you guys know him?
I know Pat. Yeah.
Okay. His personality is so strong that he stepped right into the locker room and immediately won the respect of some tough, hard-to-reach respect guys. Because it's Kareem and Worthy and Magic and Byron. It's hard. But he did it immediately, and they listened to him, and it clicked right off. And he was a natural for it because he's a natural-born leader of men. So I don't know about Pat's expertise immediately with the X's and O's. He was just a leader of men, and he had a squad, man, because it was like a sleeping giant almost, you know, like with all the firepower at your fingertips, and a dynasty happened. So could JJ do that? For the beauty of it with LeBron, LeBron has been chalk talking with him now for how many podcasts have they done? Like 4 or 5? Right? I don't know.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, haven't they done maybe 4 or 5 or something like that? So you're chalk talking. You're scoping each other out. You're looking down inside each other and saying, "What do you know about basketball? What do you know about basketball?" And we're going back and forth because all they do is do X's and O's on this podcast. They're trying to go deeper between the lines.
Yeah.
So would you agree with me, Skip, that if they were to exercise that option of J.J. Redick becoming the head coach, that they are now giving power back to
I would agree.
LeBron in a clutch, something that
I would.
Reports are out there that that's not what they want to do.
Yeah,
they
and by the way,
them the power.
We don't even know if LeBron does want J.J. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I have no idea.
I mean, it's possible LeBron says, I'm not sure. I maybe after all their back and forth.
And then I think maybe because of what Paul is saying, those podcasts have everybody assuming that that's it, because he also, I think, either interviewed or gonna interview with somebody in Charlotte. So everybody assumes, oh, he wants to coach.
Yeah.
So LeBron and him, let's put it together, his hat's in the ring. If they fire Darvin Ham, they're gonna go get J.J. Redick.
Okay, because he's available. You know, like he's right there.
Yeah.
Now back to Ty Lue. Listen, it ain't gonna happen. And I get amused as I'm watching Twitter, or X now as it's called, on a nightly basis about Laker Nation, because Laker Nation is the most delusional nation of all the nations. Because
it's crazy.
No, it is because it's like no. But
the Cowboys are beyond delusional.
Okay, I understand. But what we don't do is we got to go get him, or we got to go get him.
That's
we
your
don't do
fault.
that. No, okay, but you guys lose to Denver, and the games are all close, and it's like, well, let's just go get Donovan Mitchell. You brought him up.
And guess what?
Okay.
Every single time, what do we do?
Okay.
What do we do, Skip? Every single time we say we want Donovan Mitchell, we gonna go get Donovan Mitchell.
Okay. I don't see how you're going to go get Donovan Mitchell.
If we want Donovan Mitchell, we go get him.
Yeah.
We want Kareem, we get him. Okay? We want Magic, we draft him. That's what we do. We want LeBron, we'll set it up 5 years from now, we'll go get him.
You can't just snap your fingers and say, we want Donovan Mitchell. And Cleveland's going to say, seriously? Dan Gilbert's going to say, I'm going to help LeBron James?
Yeah. Yeah. Because we're going to help you.
Okay.
There's a certain way of helping each other. Whatever, man. You want Austin Reeves, you want this, you want that. Whatever, think about it.
Okay.
But we got Anthony Davis when everybody said we couldn't because the deal fell apart. We still wouldn't got him.
Okay, but Donovan Mitchell is a star.
Anthony Davis was a star.
Okay, I get that. But Donovan Mitchell is why I believe Cleveland will win this series over the Magic, even though they're still in a desperate situation.
Yes, but he doesn't want to be there.
Okay, but what are you going to give back? You're going to give those future firsts that are like 5 and 7 years out, something like that?
I don't know what they're going to give, but I'm sure they'll figure it out.
Let's give them D'Lo and Austin Reeves for Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah,
really?
then they might be able to turn that into something.
I don't know.
Would they?
I don't know.
Okay, well, I don't see it.
But, Skip, we're not delusional, and I dare you say that, because we get what we want when we want it.
Well, you're not getting Donovan Mitchell. I'll be shocked if you pull that one off. It's a great idea. I love the idea. Yeah.
If in fact that's something that the front office wants to target, they gonna go get it.
All right. Now let's do Ty Lue. Would he be the perfect fit for this team right now?
But
sure, it would be. Okay, but there's no way.
But I'm not going back. My pride won't allow me to go back though. If I'm tired, y'all treated me like a peasant when all I wanted to do was hire my own staff. I don't want your staff. I want my own staff.
Yeah, I get that.
Why the hell would I take a job based on the staff?
Because they're saying we're the Lakers and you're not.
Yeah, but that's why. That's cool. I'll just stay right here and I'm going to take on this Clipper job.
I'm still in L.A.
I'm still in L.A. I'm good. No, that's just, as a Laker fan.
I understand.
I understand, but also as a Ty Lue fan and a person in Los Angeles, that was a mistake on our part, okay? We've gone through potentially 3 head coaches since he's been hired by the Clippers.
Yeah.
Think about that. We live now and going through 3 head coaches since he's been a Clipper head coach.
Okay. Now, let's do the worst-case scenario starting tonight for the Clippers. Is there any way, let's say the Clippers just lay a big egg at Dallas and they lose again by, what did they lose the other night, 30-something?
Whatever.
32? Okay, let's say they lose by 30 tonight. There's no Kawhi, so you do have that legitimate excuse. You don't have your best player. But is it possible, I'm just throwing this out to you two, is it even possible that Ballmer says, I got to shake this thing up because we're going to have to go some different directions? Maybe I got to get a new coach. I'm doubting it seriously, but I'm just saying, if they flame out tonight, is there a way he would be available where they would just, they'd say, cut bait, we got to start over?
But even so, if he was available, Skip, I don't know that he would want to deal with them based on how they treated him the last time he was available.
Unless LeBron went to him and just said, you got to do this. You got to help me. You got to come.
Man, it's hard to swallow your pride when you felt you've been done wrong. But
they're going to have to come out some money.
It's just,
I looked up Ty's salary. He's got 1 year left, and it's guaranteed, but it's only $7.5 million.
Yeah, he's going to have to be the highest paid coach.
Okay, okay. You got to go up in double digits for sure.
Yeah, you got to get the highest.
Yeah, that's not a problem. Okay, that's not a problem. The problem for me would be if he would accept wanting to deal in that space with the Lakers and dealing with Jeannie and Linda Rambis and Kurt and as well as what's the GM?
Pelinka.
Pelinka. Does he want to deal with them based on the way that they treated him the last time out? Because you ain't gonna treat other people that way. No. You ain't gonna tell some other coaches, hey, you can't have your assistants. You let Frank Vogel have his assistants, or you let so-and-so have his assistants. You gave Luke Walton his assistants, and then all of a sudden, you telling me I can't have mine? I can't bring in my Brian Shaws and I make him lead assistant? I can't.
It wasn't like Ty was a first-time head coach.
Exactly. Yeah. So I don't know that he would just be like, okay, sure, it's the Lakers, I'm going to do it.
And plus, Steve Ballmer and Jerry West are not going to let Ty Lue go to the Lakers and possibly win a championship right under their nose.
Yeah, because he could write the check, and if it don't go well in 2025, 6, he can say, you know what, man, keep that $200 million, I'm done. I can keep it, that's not a problem. I'm going to get a new coach, you keep the money. Yeah. It's not going to hurt him.
Is there anybody else out there?
That's a good question.
Is there anybody
there's
else?
a Sam Cassell that's sitting around. There's Fizz that's sitting around.
Yes, I like Fizz.
Fizz didn't get a real shot in New York at the Knicks, and I totally forgot about that. He was out there playing with us. Okay? Yeah. He really was playing with us out there at the Knicks, and then Memphis didn't go well.
But they got to the playoffs. They were 4 games over 500, and they lost in 6 in the first.
Is Budenholzer out there?
Budenholzer's out there, but I don't know how they feel about him. Who else could there possibly be? Is there somebody on Miami?
I mean, because it has to be
assistant.
A longer list. But at the end of the day, you got to figure out who LeBron respects.
Yeah.
Because that's what it's going to come down to.
Yeah.
I mean, the guys we named, he respects them. You've got to feel like he respects Ty Lue, obviously. J.J. Redick is a friend of his. So there are other candidates, even though they may come up, probably just don't have a chance just on the aspect of he don't know them or respect them.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Do you want more highlights from the show? Make sure to click that subscribe button for all the exclusive content from Undisputed.